Hey, what's up? This is T-Dubb-O, and I'm building with ULSTN Media.
Look, too motivated, I ain't slip a wink. Gotta go hard for my dogs in the clink. Close to the edge, but I'm...
This is a ULSTN Media build series, platform specifically for independent artists and creators. Here with T-Dubb-O, rapper, activist, entrepreneur, featured in MSNBC, Newsmax, Rolling Stone, Complex, Sway in the Morning, whole bunch of other platforms, certified MC recipient. His nonprofit Hands Up United, 41 programs in 38 cities and 3 countries.
Yeah.
Dub, how you feeling, man?
I feel good. I feel good, blessed. Another day, another opportunity to continue to fight for our dreams and goals, and yeah.
Man, I appreciate you, blessing us with your presence, man. First question, man, because I've been wanting to know this for a long time. Like, what do you think of the Michael B. Jordan Killmonger character in Black Panther, man?
So,
because he's you.
So quick backstory. The director of Black Panther is actually an associate of somebody that we met during Ferguson. So Pastor Michael McBride, who is the founder and executive director of an organization by the name of Live Free. He used to be the California director for PICO, which is now Faith in Action, the largest faith-based organization in the country. He's from Oakland, born and raised in Oakland, do a lot of good work throughout California, throughout the world, internationally, so on and so forth. So Ryan, we were out in Oakland setting up a books and breakfast program. Ryan invited Pastor Mike to a party to celebrate, I think, the success of Fruitvale Station. And Pastor Mike invited us to go along. So I met Ryan. So we was having conversations about Ferguson and, a little bit of the backstory in regards to our history in St. Louis and all that. So when I saw the Black Panther movie, I could see, I ain't gonna assume that I inspired the character and how to act, but I could see if somebody would understand why I would say that I inspired it, because you like the 1,000th person who have asked me about it.
Anybody that know you and paid attention to anything that happened with the national uprising with Ferguson, I don't see everything. The way you talk, his hair, the gold teeth, like the whole swagger was you. You know what I mean?
Nah, real shit. And at that point, my hair was just like that. It wasn't as long. The grill, you know what I'm saying? Even I think he had a jacket on that I wore, you know what I'm saying, in a picture that may have, been out there in the news somewhere. So it's a lot of
Do Marvel
similarities.
owe you a check?
I think a lot of companies owe me a check.
Okay. Ryan, you need to get my dude his check, man. But okay. So how would you describe your childhood?
I had a wonderful childhood. We all go through our different traumas growing up, Black and in St. Louis. In poverty, we didn't know it was poverty, back then we kids, but in poverty, all these different challenges, and especially growing up, somewhere like the north side of St. Louis. So I had a wonderful mother who did whatever she could to provide for us. A great support system in regards to family from Tennessee and all these other places that would come here to my grandmother's house. So I got to know all my family in and out of town. My grandmother moved to the county, so she was now stationed in a place that we thought, deemed safe. So we spent our weekends there, to get away from the north side, and it was like a family hub. So I got a million memories of, just being surrounded by family cookouts, holidays together, traveling, going to different states to family reunions and things of that nature, music, parties. My family liked to have a good time, play cards, barbecue, music. It was a beautiful thing, but me being who I was and always having the intelligence that I had and the ability to read that I had, read a situation, I knew that it was, am I allowed to speak candidly?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew shit was fucked up for black people.
Yeah.
Even at a very young age. You know, I knew shit was unfair. I knew the system wasn't our friend. And this is before I even got it old enough to even understand or start learning black history, or even really dive into school for real. I knew shit was fucked up.
So was that talked about, like, growing up, just the black history?
Nah. With my family, nah. You know, typical St. Louis black family. You know what I'm saying? I call it PTSD, post-traumatic slave syndrome. You know, post-traumatic slave disorder. You know, people were just focused on surviving, you know, don't believe in dreams. The goal is to get a job or get some money however you can and just maintain and, you know, have fun while you can. So a radical discussion never broke out over dinner or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was just regular, typical, you know what I'm saying, St. Louis shit. You know, it's typical black family shit.
I mean, so, like, how did you get it in you to, like, yo, man, this ain't right. This,
like I said, it had to be the divine, because that wasn't something that I was just around 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I saw my mama struggling. She working at KFC, then going to JCPenney, going to Payless, going then the daycare center. Like I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I remember going into the store and she handed me paper food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see it. Yeah. I'm looking at our house. You know, we live in a 2-family flat on the north side on Alice off West Florissant, and me and my sister share a room, you know, which supposed to be like a dining room, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I could see it. And I knew it wasn't because my mama was lazy or was unintelligent. Shit just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I started to pay attention early to those signs. I paid attention to how the police interacted with kids over there versus when I went over my grandmother's house when we were so young. Now, the older kids, they treated them like they treat black people normally. But younger kids, they was coming through, oh, y'all want baseball cards. I mean, we 4 and 5, but the minute we turn 11 and 12 and can ride a bike, it's come here. You know what I'm saying? So I just saw the differences early.
As well, man. I saw your interview with G Soldier, and he mentioned an incident where you were you had a 4.0 in school and they kicked you out.
Yeah.
Why would they kick you out and you got a 4.0?
So I was going to North County Tech at the time. I had ventured into several different high schools. It didn't work out for other reasons. School was never an issue for me. The work was never an issue. Grades was never a problem. Honor roll was typical, easy to do. Constant debates with teachers about history, especially when I got of age to really study and learn the true history of ours. One of the biggest things that used to always get me was when Christopher Columbus discovered America, and they would talk about this from grade school to high school, and you get to the point where you're like, all right, look, Christopher Columbus ain't discovered shit. Y'all stole this country. Right. So I used to get in heated debates with history teachers, math teachers as well, because I used to figure out other ways to get the answer to the problem. And it became a thing in high school to where, no, you have to show your work this way with this formula, even if the answer is right, or you don't get credit for that, or you lose points. And I had a problem with that. Yeah. Because if I figured out the answer my way, what the fuck is the problem?
Yeah.
It made more logical sense for me to back cut this and not have to go through this entire process. It was easier for me. So, it was a track record in regards to putting me out. But it wasn't like I was coming to school selling drugs, getting caught with pistols, fighting. I ain't had no problems, to be honest. People knew what I was about outside, so I had a smooth path. So what I got put out for, I got recruited to play like football and basketball in Melville through the DSEG program. So I'm out in South County, doing amazing. Ultimately, the racism started to rear its ugly head after football and basketball season, so I no longer wanted to be there. Left there. My cousin is going to North County Tech. My mom don't want me going back to Beaumont or no shit like that. So I go to North County Tech. My cousin is there. I know a bunch of people that's there. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They upperclassmen. And I'm doing fairly well. Like,
and just for the listeners, this high school.
Yeah, this high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing fairly well, but I was in a dark place mentally. You know, mental health and depression and things of that nature wasn't a popular conversation back then. Mm-hmm. So I had lost, going into my freshman year, I lost one of my big cousins by the name of, his name Larry Boyd, but we called him Pig or Rello. On the west side, they knew him as Rello. Mm-hmm. So I lost him going into my freshman year. It may have been 8th grade. And I was in a dark place. He was like a big brother to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the streets, he wasn't like just throwing me out there, but I picked up on certain things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to get money with him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to talk to a female that I liked with him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a big brother, so he filled that void. Mm-hmm. He was, the time that we spent together, from my mom would be at work, she would have him come get me from school. So at this point, I'm in junior high. I'm still going to school on the west side. I'm going to Langston. He'll come get me every day for us. So I'm spending time with him, going on the west side, doing whatever. He coming. Then he moved to Baden. We moved to Baden. He right around the corner. He coming to the house after school. I'm kicking it with him. He showing me different things. Like, so he was filling a void of a big brother and also not having a father. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's male figures in my life, like, he's there. Mm-hmm. And I can resonate with him. He's younger. I'm seeing what he's going through. Like, I'm going through puberty. I got all these emotions that I don't understand. I'm angry because of these different things that I'm seeing, and I'm turning into a warrior. Yeah. So in a sense, he's there to guide me through that time period. Yeah. So he got murdered. And it put me in a very dark place. And I didn't know how to deal with it. So I was suppressing it as much as I could. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to school. I'm still doing what I got to do. So fast forward through the Melville situation, I start going to North Tech. And I dive in the streets head first. You know what I'm saying? Gang banging, selling drugs, like whatever I can do to get money. Again, my mother, you know, we in poverty, even though she kept the lights on. Like, I can't call her and be like, oh, these new shoes coming out. I got 2 pair of shoes, mm-hmm. especially when I start wearing grown men sizes. Mm-hmm. One to start school with and one for Christmas, if that's what I wanted. And Jordan's dropping every week. Yeah. You know, you like girls now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You want clothes, you want this. So I know how to get money from what Big Cuz showed me. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting to the money, but I'm still going to school. So shit get active in the street. I'm talking about real wicked. But none of it is bleeding into school. But I had made a name for myself outside. Mm-hmm. And I make it all the way to my senior year. And I come in one day, it's a fight going on. And I stopped the fight just by throwing a few signs. Mm. But they had put cameras in the hallways and all this other shit. So a couple days later, they reviewing the footage. They see me throw a gang sign or whatever, but I stopped the situation. And they put me in the office and suspend me. I'm confused why they suspended me. Like, they like, well, you're going to have a meeting with the special school district. Mm. So me and my mother, we going there, we talking to the board. My teachers, they coming to vouch for me because I was tutoring people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I was a A+ student. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I come from this. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember one time they pulled me out of the lunchroom because my homie asked for $1 and I bucked a knot and just gave him $1. So now they searching my locker for looking for drugs, all this other shit.
But you were an A student the whole time.
Yeah, but even then I was a revolutionary. So I had even organized people they had put a rule in. So back then, tall tees is the shit. You remember that time? Yeah. Tall tees, Jabos, like platinum football, this is the shit. And they had put a rule in that you couldn't wear tall tees to school. Mm. So I organized people, even girls, to wear tall tees that next day. Like, we don't have a dress code here. You can't just say we can't wear them. Like, show me in the book, the school manual, that we can't do it. So I organized people to do it. So I was always that guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, we had a meeting. I got suspended. We had a meeting. And my mother asked ultimately, she said, all right, so just be candid with me. Why are y'all putting him out? He's a senior. He got 1 semester to graduate. Why y'all putting him out? And the principal basically said, we just fear he has too much power over the students.
A student tutoring kids, doing great in school, but because you got an influence,
I ain't put my hands on nobody. I wasn't caught with nothing.
You actually stopping fights.
Yeah, because I mean, I hate to say this that way because I know a bunch of stump downs from the county. I'm talking about that's real live. I know a bunch of sets from the county that's real live, but I'm from where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to look at people that was coming to the school. Primarily, most of them was from the county. You had a few that bust in from the city like me, but most of them was from the county. And I would look at them like, look, I know it ain't easy for y'all too, but y'all got a better situation than what we got. What are you trying to be this for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to be confused about a lot of the stuff that I saw. But I mean, ultimately, I ain't bring none of this shit there. And especially when I got older. Now, when I first started, like I was going through a hard time. I didn't give a fuck. I was looking to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
But it never came to that. You know what I'm saying? And as I matured and I had done what I done in the streets, by the time I'm 17 and I'm in the street shit, I'm hanging with my big homie Jinx, who 15, 20 years older than me. I'm in the strip club every motherfucking weekend. Like, I'm in the clubs that you supposed to be 25 to get in. Like, I'm a legit factor out here.
Yeah.
So I approach shit differently. Like, a beef with a teenager, I'm looking at it like, bro, like, nah, like, y'all chill, go to class. Like, that's the route that I took.
Were you ever able to like finish high school though? Like, get your
So when I got
diploma
put
and
out, one of my homies had moved to Hazelwood Central area, and his mama was like, "You too smart not to finish high." I was tutoring him, so she like, "You too smart not to finish high school." My mama, she like, "I want you to finish high school," so I used their address to enroll in Hazelwood Central. But it was money for me when I saw that. Like, I'm jugging teachers, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't in no yearbook. I'm in the bathroom shooting dice. I'm taking all these little dudes who live in Blackjack and Burlington Downs. Like, come here. Your mama gave you $1,000 for Christmas. I need all that. Like, I'm 6'8", 7'11". Like, I'm full-fledged hustle mode. You know, I'm like, fuck school. I know, like, it's up. So that didn't last long. I went to Central probably 2 months, and I had bought a green Mustang. So I'm driving this motherfucker to school. All the girls are like, where he from the north? He got money and he got this car. Like, Central was a quick party for me. I'm in and out that motherfucker. But after that, I was like, for my mom, I'm at least go get my GED. So I went, signed up in classes in Flo Valley. I was there one day. The teacher was like, you don't need to be here. Go take the test. I was like, I can do that? Because I was like, when I called to ask about it, they told me I needed to sign up for this course, buy a book. She said they just say that to get people money, or they think that you don't have the knowledge that you need. From this test, you didn't miss an answer. Go take your test, boy. So I signed up, went and took the test, aced it, got one of the highest scores in Missouri.
So you could have probably took that test, the GED, when you was a sophomore or something.
I could have took that shit when I was a freshman. The answer, the questions that was on there, I could do that shit when I was a freshman, probably 8th grade.
They wasting your time,
pretty much. But they don't. But when you call as a black man, they don't tell you. You just go take the test. They be like, oh, you need to sign up for this class and buy this book and do that, because they don't have no faith in you. You know what I'm saying? So
crazy stuff.
Technically,
man.
I graduated high school. I just did it on my own accord.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. So when did you start rapping?
6 years old, give or take 5 or 6.
Okay, so when you start like making music though?
11.
Wow.
So, my big cousins, they've always like freestyled and shit. Like I said, my granny house was the hub. So holiday, they go outside, smoke, come back in, they eating, now they got on Bone Thugs and Harmony instrumentals and motherfucker think they crazy. So, but they was really freeze. Now, if they had somebody around them that could cultivate that motherfucker, they was talented back then for what it was. Like, so they freestyling on camera and they doing their thing, and me and my cousin Red, we just thought it was the most amazing shit ever. Right. And when they leave, we'll steal the camera and start trying to freestyle. So it's old, my grandma had old camera footage of me 8, 9 years old over in the cut, you know, trying to pen shit real quick. So I started making music officially before 11. My cousin got a karaoke machine one year for Christmas, and it had the tape decks on it. So back then, if you want to dub a tape, you can put some tissue in it and hold the record button down. You can dub over a tape. So we had an instrumental playing on this side and another cassette on this side, and be rapping over the mic. So we was making songs then, but officially like recording, going to a studio. Like the first time I went to a studio, I was 11 years old. Wow, man.
So when did you start battle rapping?
Shit, when I started rapping.
Okay.
Because it was never a separate. Back then, like, if you wanted to be an MC, that was part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J battle rap, pop battle rap, big battle rap. Like, even if they did it on wax or they freestyled, like, my cousins would battle rap each other in the basement. They going back and forth. Like, it was always there. So, when I started, like, getting cold, I would say, like, dope. I'm 12, 13 years old. We going to a party, like, oh, this nigga rap. I'm on them. My cousins putting me on them. Then I turned 14, 15. I'm going to clubs with them, real clubs. Like, it was a dude named Storm that used to throw shit at the Red Sea and these battle raps and shit. I'd be in there with my big cousins. They'll sign me up. So I'm 15, 16 years old, killing grown niggas. You know what I'm saying? So beating on desks at school, freestyling back and forth. So I was always the guy at the party. Motherfuckers would pull out like, oh, this nigga can rap, dub, get him.
I mean, this... A lot of people because it's a new era now where people just go and start, making music or whatever. But
the era I come from, you had to earn that shit. Exactly. Like, motherfucker won't even let you in the studio until you prove you dope. Like, you had to earn that shit.
Man, I'm so glad you saying that, man, because that show how it was. Like, oh, you can rap? You battling such and such.
Nah, motherfucker gonna tell you right there, spit something on the spot. And it better be dope. Like, I don't need it. After you record it and we put the auto-tune and the studio magic on it sound dope. No, that shit better be dope. Right here, live, spit something, nigga.
Right.
That's the era I come from.
Right.
So that battle rapping was always there.
Yeah, and if you lost, they was on you.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it's a whole battle rap scene now. Here in St. Louis, you've been featured on a few platforms. How did you end up doing the type of battle rapping that they doing now?
For sure. So I would say, honestly, B Magic and O. You know what I'm saying? I got to give all praise to both of them. Like, I wouldn't have never even attempted to do that type of battle rap. Like, I had been in clubs, rapping over beat against niggas and acapella shit like that. But I would have never, where I'm at, when that shit popped off, we full-fledged in the street. So we had made a little name in the underground industry. Like, it's certain people that knew who I was. Keywan from the Lunatics. He used to come to shows. He would see us on. The homie Oops, he would pull up at shows. He would see us on. Me and my little bro Kizzle, like, we building something. Like, we making songs. I'm buying studio time. We going to the studio and just throwing shit out. You know what I'm saying? Magic was working at the Shell downtown by the Dome at this time. So we'll go up there and post up with him, just give away the CDs. I met Lay down there. You know what I'm saying? So outside of other things we doing, like, but niggas really want to rap. Yeah. But we full-fledged in the street, so we can't give it the attention that it need. And over time, we had so many homies that was dying. Motherfuckers fighting cases. I started fighting my first case at 17, right about to turn 18. So I'm like, I want to do something different. I want something different. And the music was always there. You know what I'm saying? I could have went and did anything, but hip hop has been my thing forever. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm gonna take it serious. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't really know nobody. I'm gonna take it serious. And we started making music. I started making mixtapes, putting them out, going around, just doing shows and shit. And Magic came to me one day. He said, man, I'm finna battle rap. I said, you mean like that smack shit? He like, yeah. He like the dude O, who, basically helped Verb and Hitman and all them get to where they at. Like, he relaunched Street Status. I say, all right. So Magic did it. He had a battle. He came back to me. I'm like, bro, you still on this battle rap shit? He like, bro, do it. Talk to O. I'm telling you, like, I told him about you. I sent him one of your freestyle videos. He wants you to do it. I'm like, bro.
Magic is one of the greatest.
He's the greatest punchline battle rapper ever.
And he's telling you, you need to do this.
But like my mind was like, we in active situation, like we in war, like I mean real war, like it's fucked up. So I'm like, bro, I ain't even got the mental capacity to be sitting here letting a nigga I know I slap the shit out of spit and scream in my face. Like I don't trust myself to accept that where I'm at mentally. And that was me being mature and immature at the same time, but I'm mature to understand that I'm immature about this shit. So I sat on that shit for like, I want to say probably had 2 or 3 more events, so maybe 90 days. And I'm like, let me look into this. So I'm looking at all these views and shit like people are getting from Smack and all these other places. And when nobody on Street Status really doing shit crazy then. But I'm looking at, you know, Hitman, which I knew from the Limelight days. I'm looking at what Verb is now doing. I'm looking at the Math Hoffers and all this other shit. And I'm like, these niggas is stupid. No disrespect intended. I'm thinking this. I'm like, these niggas is stupid. This is free promo and ain't nobody putting out no fucking music. Oh, I'm with it. And I had my first battle. And after that shit, I set up a small, well, I ain't set up, I earned a small international fan base that was loyal as fuck. And then they found out I did music and it was just like, this motherfucker is like a unicorn because most battle rappers can't do this. And most rappers who make music can't do that.
Yeah, like, you are extremely talented battle rapper, but it's like your music is better.
I agree. I think the same.
I think your music is better, which is saying a whole lot. You know, because anybody that sing you battle rap, you know what I mean? Yeah. They know you.
I was fucked up still to this day is people that started following me from battle rap that just find out that I also do music. Like I get a message every day from a battle fan to be like, damn, bro, I didn't know you made music. This shit dope. And I'm like, nigga, I came in making music. Like I ain't start making music when I start battling. Like it's always been the same. Then I got people that knew me from back in the day from making music that's been following the music all this time that's just figuring out, damn, bro, I didn't know you was a battle rapper. And I'm like, how the fuck didn't you know? Like it's...
Man, one of my favorite lines that you ever said, man, was verse KD. You was like, man, you rap. How it go?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I told him, rap like you want this life. I rap because I don't want this life. Yeah.
Man, that was so real, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was like your whole energy was like, KD, bruh, like it was just, and KD is talented, you know what I mean? But it was just like you could see it was levels to, you know, the artistry, the passion, everything that came behind what you like. You could just feel what you were saying. You know what I mean?
It's different.
Yeah, it just hit different. You know what I mean? So, like, what do you think about the current state of battle rap?
I think it's some good new talent. I'm going to give the political answer because I would say fuck all them niggas. But I'm going to get a political answer. I think it's some good new talent. But I would be dead wrong and I would be sitting here lying if I didn't say it was something missing because it's a reason that the fans are fading. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when we first came in the Street Status, like wasn't nobody doing nothing amazing. Like I was getting the most views on Street Status until Magic went to Smack. And we brought in so many new fans and opened up so people like, damn, St. Louis is lit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like once we took a step back to focus on other ventures, whether it was I dove head first into the music because all these other opportunities were presenting themselves, and then you had Ferguson that took niggas' attention away from music and rap in totality. But other people came in and some of them did all right, but nobody did what we did with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the even the amount of views that they get, like it's I ain't gonna do nothing at average less than 10,000 views as far as a battle. Typically you on 30, 40, like I ain't a Verb or a Holler, no shit like that. But somebody that never went to Smack, that didn't want to go to Smack, that wanted to do this here in St. Louis, I do phenomenal. So, but these guys, man, they be lucky to get 1,000 views, and they'll bring people to the events. Events will be packed out.
Yeah,
but I be like, yo, people ain't sharing this shit. Y'all ain't marketing this shit right. The fans, the battle fans that are already there, because channel got about 37,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
so that mean every battle should be doing at least 15,000 views at minimum.
Yeah.
But the fans are not resonating with these niggas. And I don't know if it's because they feel like the styles are similar to other things that are already there. They feel like they can't resonate with them as people. I don't know what it is. It's just something missing.
Yeah, I was talking about just battle rap as a whole.
Oh, as a whole, same thing. Same thing. It's a lot of shit that's missing. Motherfucker want to rap like the next person. And this is the biggest thing. We were rappers, period.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas just wake up nowadays that was fans of battle rap that decide, hey, I'm a battle rap. Nigga ain't never rapped on a beat before, never been to a studio, never wrote shit. They just start battle rapping. And they have no real essence in regards to hip hop. So I think the passion and the dedication and the hunger and the motivation behind them as a rapper is different. And I think ultimately art and what hip hop is a voice for the voiceless. It's a voice of the struggle. And when you're not presenting that, it's going to be hard for people to resonate with you. So it become watered down. And then you had the commercial side come in with all these big TV companies and all this other shit, and the money came in. It fucked up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems with battle rap right now. We'll be talking, that'll be a whole nother show because we'll be talking about that shit for hours.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a lot going on. I know you caught everything that's going on between Holla and Verb.
Yeah.
You know, you got any thoughts on that? Or
I think both of them making themselves look stupid. I had a conversation with Holla. I had a conversation with Verb. I had a conversation with a person that's close to both of them. Look, this is my thing. It ain't even no real smoke. I don't even know what niggas is mad at. To me, it sounds like some he say, she say shit. This nigga said, I said this when I was asked about this. Then you niggas run to Twitter. Y'all both get emotional. And then I saw somebody, and this is what I don't like about it, because honestly, I ain't got shit to do with it. It ain't my business. I don't want no blood to be shed. So I spoke to both sides. I don't think it's going to go there. But this what I don't like. It's two individuals. I can probably name off the top of my head at least 30 other battle rappers from this city. Yeah. Why are people saying y'all making St. Louis look bad? I hate that. No, it's this two niggas that don't even live in St. Louis no more. How the fuck they making St. Louis scene look bad? They ain't been on St. Louis scene in 15 years. I don't remember the last time Holla battled on the St. Louis League. The last time Verb battled on the St. Louis League, I think, was Big Will. Shit, that was 10 years ago. So how are they making St. Louis scene look bad? So don't lump St. Louis scene in behind those two individuals because they having a problem. And now y'all are seeing you don't like some of the characteristics about these two individuals.
I mean, it's natural because like both of them are just synonymous with the city. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So
Absolutely.
It makes sense why people.
But we don't say Ike Turner make the St. Louis music scene look bad.
Why you had to say Ike?
I'm just saying. It could have been anybody. You know what I'm just saying? So that's my only thing with it. I think it's an unfortunate situation. I think it's petty bullshit, and I don't think they need to be doing what they're doing. But that ain't my place. They got other OGs around them, hopefully. Holla, maybe, I don't know what Holla's situation is. I know the problem is when you in Holla's situation and you the money and you the influence, a nigga gonna tell you whatever you want to hear. You barely come across real niggas that's gonna tell you, no, you fucked up for that. That's wrong. Don't do that. So hopefully it's somebody real around him that's trying to shed that light. And I hope the same for Verb.
Yeah, I kind of feel the way that you do in the sense where like it don't seem like it's real beef. You know what I mean? Just from what.
But it's St. Louis. Any minor disagreement can turn into real beef. Especially when you got people around you that's eager for that shit, and both sides got people around them that's eager for shit like that.
Yeah. I hope they just. If they just can't get along, then just leave it.
Just leave it there.
Yeah.
And I think it got to this point because they haven't. the relationship ultimately probably been fake and they just been cordial this entire time. And instead of addressing whatever issue they had in that moment, right in that moment, they just let the shit linger and then fake try to be back around each other. And then some shit, smaller shit like this set it off to the point to where niggas ready to fight. So communication, people, communication. And that's not just in rap, that's just in the community because we need communication.
Right. So switching a little bit, man, you were one of the main organizers in the Mike Brown Ferguson protests. Why did you get involved?
Because I'm black. I just did what I felt like any black person should have did.
Yeah.
I'm a credible messenger. I've experienced those similar things. As a teenager, I was handcuffed to a cell and beaten by a police officer. I know other people that have lost their lives to predatory policing. I used to remember sitting in my grandma's living room on Christmas, and my cousins leave and they go around the corner to the liquor store and they come back, two of them not there no more because they was pulled over and somebody was arrested for no reason. So I have so many terrible memories in regards to the system of policing. I can't think of one good one from my entire life.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So that was just the drop that spilled the cup for me. You know, I didn't know Mike Brown personally. I knew some people that did, but I didn't know him personally. It could have been anybody. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a white person that happened to, and how that was done. My issue with the system and my issues with the system stem from a long life of trauma and a long life of trauma from other people that I know. And I was just tired. And like I said, it was the drop that spilled the cup for me.
Yeah, that's name one of your albums.
I actually got that title in Guerrero, Mexico, protesting for the 43 students that was kidnapped and murdered by the government. And we used to say the straw that broke the camel's back. And I was working on the album at the time. And we were in Paitaquillas marching to Ayotzinapa in Guerrero, Mexico. And a young Mexican woman was like, "This is the drop that spilled the cup." And I was like, that shit dope. I'm taking that. Yeah.
Fire album too. How many times have you been to the White House?
Officially twice. I've been a few more though, unofficially.
Okay. So the two officials, for what reasons?
The first time we went out, myself and Rika, we went out to D.C. to have a meeting with PICO, which is now Faith in Action, the Kellogg Foundation, the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights. I think the Bar Association was a part of it. Basically, this was our introduction to the political game. If you want to get support to your city, these are the people out in this region that you need to have a conversation with. So we go out to D.C. in hopes of getting some support to St. Louis because you had all these national organizations coming into the city, soaking in all the resources. None of those resources are reaching people on the ground. So we go out to D.C. via PICO, which is now Faith in Action. And we had this meeting. And we're telling people what we're dealing with in St. Louis in regards to the police response, the military response, every unconstitutional thing that they're doing. And we're telling them, because everybody always asks, well, what was the difference with Ferguson? Well, what's the difference in Ferguson and St. Louis? Why are you all reacting like that when we had Oscar Grant and Trayvon Martin and all these other situations?
Right.
So I get up because they asked us to dress a certain way, so I got a suit on. Take the suit off, take my shirt off.
You got a suit on, bro?
Yeah. I was trying to be respectful. You know, I just wanted support to come to my city. So I take, and I show all my tattoos and my scars. And I just start talking about my life and my experiences in St. Louis and what put me in the mindset to want to go outside. And I told them that I speak for majority of the boys, the young boys that went out there, that had a reason to go out there, that was motivated to go out there. What happened to me happens every day to majority of the young niggas in St. Louis. And when I tell you these people, they couldn't control the emotions, the tears, like, and it's just me telling my story and portions of my story. Ashley Allison, she was there. She was the head of public engagement for the Obama campaign, the Obama administration, and she was in the room. And she pulled me and Reek out after the meeting, and she says, I didn't understand what she was saying at the time, but she was like, it'll make sense to you later. She was like, come to the White House tomorrow. We want to talk about setting up a meeting. I believe she said Bob. So what I learned is that in public, every president has a code name. So she kept calling him something like Bob or some shit. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we go to the White House the next day. And we talking about the meeting. We talking about what Hands Up United is doing, what we need. And she like, I really want to set up a meeting with Bob. I'm going to be reaching out. We like, cool. So we leave the White House. We ain't thinking nothing of it. A couple months later, I get a phone call from an organization by the name of Advancement Project. Somehow they've hijacked the meeting. This is a national organization. They're not even in St. Louis. So they like, hey, the meeting with Barack Obama is happening. We need you to come to D.C. in a couple days. I'm like, why are y'all calling me? Why Ashley not calling me? Such and such. I get a call right after that from Barbara Ornwine from the Lawyers Committee Civil Rights Group. One of the dopest civil rights attorneys in the world, black woman. We met her in D.C. Her I trust. She called me. She says, hey, I'm not sure if you heard, Advancement Project is organizing a meeting. I need you to come to D.C. She said, I just got off a long, frustrating call because at first they didn't want to let you in. They said you were high risk, but I told them I would shut the meeting down if T-Dubb-O is not in that building. So a couple days later, I get on a plane, go to D.C. This meeting was supposed to discuss what St. Louis needs, what the country needs, what black people need in regards to this, the problems with predatory policing, the over-militarization of the police forces in the country, the fact that people like Orlando or St. Louis County got grenade launchers and MRAPs and tanks and all this other shit.
Was this during the Ferguson?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was right at the end of 2014.
Okay.
So, but ultimately the meeting turned into a PR stunt. You know, nothing really arose from it. We allegedly were supposed to have this task force on policing and all these other things. Like, nothing came from it, bunch of pictures. And the first time, you know, nothing but black people has been in the Oval Office.
So it was a PR thing for President Barack Obama.
Yeah.
And they weren't trying to help with nothing.
Nah. A couple people got a few job opportunities. I went there looking for a job, you know. So other organizations sent activists from other cities. A couple of them got job opportunities. A few people that was from here got some opportunities. I believe in speaking truth to power. So the talking points, I wasn't going for none of that. And just smiling and kicking, I wasn't going for none of that. So,
man, it was a lot of people. That came out of that Ferguson thing that was even at the meeting. I believe that was at the meeting with you.
Yeah.
What do you think about what they doing now?
Who, the White House? Or you talking about the people in?
Just a lot of the folks that, you know, because...
Oh, so you mean that was at the meeting, the people that was there. Yeah. So Advancement Project is doing what Advancement Project does. They are 501, a typical 501c3.
And I'm talking about like from St. Louis.
I mean, you got Rasheem Aldrich, who, I mean, he was out frontline in Ferguson. He is now an alderman. I don't believe in everything that he does, but I know he means well. I don't know if the system has corrupted him yet, but ultimately most politicians end up corrupted. We'll see. There was another young woman there. I think her name was Brittae. She was involved in like some Teach for America type shit. I know she's going off to do some other financially promising things. I don't really see her too involved in like the movement spaces or the fight for black liberation. Ashley Yates, she was a frontline warrior as well, a person that was attacked, had her life targeted constantly by police. She a real one. I know she's finally getting back to a place to where she's stable, not only just mentally, but also, just having a stable life. So I don't think she's in St. Louis anymore. And then Phil Agnew was there. He's not from St. Louis, but at the time he was one of the leaders of Dream Defenders. And he came in from Florida. And I know, his involvement in Ferguson helped not only Dream Defenders, but helped himself because he started another organization. And a lot of people outside of St. Louis got pretty... they did pretty well for themselves by being involved in Ferguson.
Financially promising.
Yeah, they did pretty well for themselves. However, my city is still in desperate need of help. Yeah. Things didn't get better; they got worse, but we still here fighting. So,
yeah, man. So Darren Seals, another person that's synonymous with Ferguson, St. Louis, was out there. What was your relationship with him? Especially during that time.
Me and D-Boy was homies. I met D-Boy we were actually in the Honorson in the halfway house. In the halfway house. He had I think he had a drug charge. I had a drug charge. He was the person that taught me how to sneak cell phones into that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So we met there. And after, I was released and he was released, we connected on social media. I was doing the music. He always had a passion for it. So, he'd come to the shows, you know what I'm saying? I'd take him out to the club here and there with me and shit like that. And then Ferguson happened. It's like when Ferguson happened, you knew who you was going to see outside. Like everybody came out. But when it first happened, I knew in my head who I was going to see before I saw them. And when I saw him, I was like, I knew you was going to get involved. Yeah. He was one of the people that when I saw him, I was like, I knew you was going to get involved. And he was also one of the people that I knew wasn't going to fade in or run away from the movement. You had some people come out there here and there. You had some people come out and take a picture. You had some people come out when they thought it was a party on West Florissant. But you had some people out there that was doing real work, that would put their life on the line, that would die for future black babies to live and breathe and walk the streets without getting shot 6 times by a police officer who just was having a bad day. So he was one of them.
Yeah, man. Seals was a real one, you said in one podcast that the social justice world is dirtier than the dope game will ever be.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Similar to politics. They always tell us choose the lesser of two evils when it comes to politics, right? You got Democratic, then you got Republican. Both sides of the same coin, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, more black people were murdered by police officers when Obama was in office than black people that were lynched at the peak of slavery in America. The wealth disparity between black and white families grew higher than the peak of apartheid in South Africa. More black and brown countries were bombed under the Barack Obama administration than any other president in history. More people were deported under Barack Obama than any other president in history. ICE took flight and gained its wings under Barack Obama, not under the Trump administration. And these are things that people want you to believe because, the Democrats are for us. Politicians ain't for us, period. The system thrives off of our oppression. So it don't matter if they Democratic or Republican when they are bred in the same colonial, imperialistic, evil, fascist system that are designed to oppress a certain group of people. Don't matter whether they wear red or blue. Yeah. So just to make my rounds with that. Damn, I got stuck in the politics. What was your back to social? Cool. Okay, social justice shit, dirtier than dope game. So with the dope game, you know what people are in it for. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's like Trump. You know what you're gonna get. I'm here to make money. Shit come with murder, come with jail. He gonna snake you out. He gonna snitch. Right. It's that. When you in the social justice realm, the 501c3 world, you think everybody that's here is really are here to help people. Right. You don't know that they will follow any hashtag or ambulance they can to fly over her, show their face, help the community, and behind the scenes they're gonna have a meeting in fucking Phoenix at a Valley conference and raise $5 million because they took a picture with somebody who got their head busted by the police in Milwaukee. And then they just break off $25,000 to a local organization that they met over lunch. But they just sustain their budget for the next 2 years to sustain their middle class way of life. That's disgusting to me.
Yeah.
That's extorting black pain, black death, black murder. Like, it's no different than the people who carried the shotgun into the temple and shot Malcolm X, in my mind. So, man, when you see that and see people sustaining $10 million, $5 million, $3 million budgets to not have a true impact in the community.
They there for the community, under the guise that they there to help.
That's a problem. And then they show you all this data. Oh, well, we had this many people come out to this event, or we registered this many people, or we did this and did that. Data is the new proof. Miss me with that shit. Fuck the numbers. Where's the impact? Yeah. Show me the impact.
But have you heard of this thing that I learned about? It's called the nonprofit industrial complex.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So for the listeners and watchers, you know, that's basically a belief that these organizations, they come into the community just to self-perpetuate themselves. They're not really there to help, just to pacify whatever the pain is, you know?
Most people that work in that realm don't truly want to help people. And you could see this by the red tape that their organization set up to help people. For instance, I helped set up the programs at the Office of Violence Prevention in St. Louis. I'm no longer helping them because they fuck with the police and I don't fuck with police. But they have a reentry program. They fund other community violence intervention programs in the city, a bunch of different other things that's supposed to help the black community. And I'm learning, the reentry world was never my thing, but I started to learn about the reentry world and the programs. And when you see what somebody has to do just to get some help, it makes all the sense in the world why you see somebody come out of jail and they go right back to jail. You come out of jail, you got to do an intake. I mean, I got to call, fill out this form, get on the website, fill out this form, go into their office, fill out this form, whatever. Somebody will be in contact with you in 48 hours. Meanwhile, I'm homeless. Just came home from jail. I have nothing in my pocket. I have nothing. The family ain't looking forward to seeing me. Can't go back to my old neighborhood. I got enemies there. Trying to stay away from this part of town because I was battling a drug addiction. All right. Somehow I get by for the 48 hours. Somebody will give you a call. I don't got a fucking phone. So I just show up to your office at a certain time, see if we can do this. Now, not an intake. The first form was an inquiry form. Now we doing the intake. I got to sit down here and explain to you all my problems, which you should have knew from this inquiry form that you got while I was in jail. Got to sit down and talk about all this, do all this other shit. You ask me all these questions. I give you all that information. And then you tell me, all right, we'll be in contact in the next couple business days. I'm still hungry, still homeless, still have no clothes. Nowhere, fuck this shit. Let me go get my gun.
Yeah.
We make it so hard for black people to get help. And it's not even just that. I mean, it's with simple shit like housing assistance or rental assistance. Yeah. Any fucking program that's supposed to be out there to help people. It's so much red tape surrounding it. People don't even want to ask for help or even try. And
these the same organizations that got granted millions of dollars.
Yeah. So they ready to do whatever to make sure that they can maintain.
Yeah, that is dirty than a dope game, man. What's your issue with Mayor Tashara Jones of St. Louis?
I don't personally have a personal issue with her. I just don't think she's doing a good job. I think she made a lot of promises. I think she surrounded herself with certain people and attached herself to our movement that we were leading, that we bled for, that we sacrificed for, to get the activist community support. and she got in there and played the political game. All the ARPA dollars that came here, that was American Rescue Act, all the dollars that came here, part of that was for Fund Peace, to fund program and action against gun violence. I've seen how those funds have been squandered. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was helping the OVP. I seen all these organizations that was getting $500,000, $1 million. Why the fuck is WashU getting $500,000, $1 million? How is that helping community violence? You know what I'm saying? So why is this organization that never did CVI or violence intervention ever in life, when the money come and y'all got a relationship with City Hall, y'all start a CVI program? I've seen it. So my issue is not just with her. My issue is with any politician that is supposed to be for the community, that is supposed to provide answers to the community and the problems that we facing. And you get in here and you play these political games in hope of advancing your career.
Yeah, I mean, y'all done had like a couple
back and forth.
Yeah.
She picked the right one. She stopped responding after.
Yeah. And you was basically, getting on her case about just not doing too much of anything, for the black people here.
I mean, she do things for certain black people. For certain black people. Yeah, for a certain demographic of black people.
You don't think she do anything for the community?
For the she does. But for the high-risk community that can truly affect crime, that can truly affect people for not feeling like they got to go out and sell drugs, people that wake up every day not knowing if they going to make it to the end of the day, she does nothing for them. If she did, we would know.
All right, man. This probably gonna be the last question, man. BBL Drizzy. Why did you make that freestyle, bro?
I just felt like the city needed to say something. And me and Metro ain't super close. Like, I've met him a few times. I was close with his mom, though. Leslie Wayne was a beautiful fucking soul. She was an active and candid supporter of Ferguson, active and candid supporter of the programs that we did with Hands Up United. Had been knowing that lady since 2014. I watched as promoters tried to backdoor her with certain things she was working on. I got to know her very well, her story, and she was a wonderful spirit. And before she passed, we were actually planning on taking a coalition of kids down to Metro's house to do our production program, the IOD, the music production course. And she had been telling me about certain issues she was dealing with. And I didn't think it was going to end like that. But she had made me promise her a couple years before that in regards to Metro coming to St. Louis, that I would always do my best to look out for him. So I just felt like if anybody was going to say something, I felt like, one, the city needed to say something because Metro is ours. No matter who don't like him, no matter if he didn't come back here as soon as he needed to, no matter if he went to Atlanta, whatever the fuck the situation is, Metro ours. His mama did a lot of great work for this city, did a lot of great work to help people in this city. Metro is ours. You know what I'm saying? It's something for us to be proud of. One of the greatest hip-hop producers ever. Hip-hop producers, producers, period. He's at the top of the game. That's ours. So no matter who got something to say about him and no matter where they from, our city should have something to say about it. And who else? Yeah, okay. So it was all about Metro. So you say anything about Metro, it was a support bro. You know what I'm saying? That's hometown bro. It's a support bro. Like, you're not just finna talk crazy about nobody from our city like that, especially no industry niggas. Like, y'all have taken so much for this city. Y'all don't, like, y'all extort our city. Y'all steal from our city. Like, nah. Some people accept it. I'm just one who won't. And if that mean I lose opportunities because of it, so be it. But when I say St. Louis versus everybody, nigga, I really mean that shit. It ain't just a hashtag for me.
Man, like, it's so much more stuff. Like, I wish I would have been able to get into with you, but unfortunately we don't have
For sure.
that much time, man. Hopefully one of these days, man, we could do a part 2.
Let's do it. We figure it out.
You know what I mean? But just your time now, man, I really appreciate it, man. You are somebody that, you know, as a city, St. Louis appreciates you, man. You don't get your flowers enough. You know what I'm saying? And I really thankful that you came onto the platform, bro.
Sure. I appreciate y'all having me.
All right, we out.